Hey, we back, y'all. Around the ring. I'm Coach Spoon. Look, I got all my fighters today. I got my pro fighter, Corey Lopez. I got Miss Lauren Michaels. And I got one of my amateur fighters, Eddie Franklin. And listen, we back here again. Another episode. Terence Crawford. We're going to talk about Terence Crawford last fight. He fought Mr. Israil Madrimov. What y'all think about this fight, y'all? What y'all think? Everybody, we'll start with Miss Michaels.
All right. No, I like the fight. When I first started watching it, I thought Madrimov was going to give Crawford some trouble, but Crawford was able to adjust to his herky-jerky style. He didn't fall for the feints that Madrimov was throwing, and he pretty much ate him up through all 12 rounds. I don't think Madrimov really won a single round. He didn't capitalize on the opportunities that he created for himself. But it was a good fight. He's an interesting fighter. I definitely want to see what he does in the future, but I don't think it was too much work for Crawford at all.
Terence Crawford, 41-0. 41-0. WBA won the junior middleweight title. This guy, man, he's. I think he's the best pound for pound. People was talking about it that he's not ready for Canelo. You know why they say that? It's because he went the distance, this is the first time going the distance since 2016. But prior to that, he been laying everybody out. And so, for me, I just think Crawford, he has a unique style. But I just think that Israil gave him a little bit of trouble just because I think Crawford had to reset so much. But he still beat him with the jab. His jab was effective. And I'll be honest, I maybe give him one round. These scorecards 115 and 113. Nah. If you look at that fight one more time again, you look at it one more time, you're just going to see the dominance of it. And he was hitting with body shots. He just clearly won the whole superior of the boxing perspective. What you think?
I agree with everything Lauren was saying. If I had to judge it anyway, give a few rounds to Madrimov, I'd say 8-4 at the most, but maybe 9-3 towards Crawford. But I feel like what gave Crawford problems was his patience, Madrimov's patience. If you watch his past fights, he comes out there swinging wild, throwing overhands with output, and he didn't do that with Crawford. He came out there trying to feint and wait for Crawford to make the mistake. And but like Lauren said, Crawford made his adjustments and took Madrimov's jab away, capitalizing with Crawford's jab, and outboxing, gave him a boxing clinic. I thought it was dope.
What you think?
Personally, I think the fight, Crawford won, but I still think Madrimov gave Crawford a run for his money.
Okay.
He did move up in weight classes, so I do understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Mass does play, science is still real. Science is still, can't change science. And he did go up in weight. I just think Madrimov just gave him a little bit of a challenge. He was moving a whole lot. You feel me? He had to make Crawford think more than... I didn't like seeing Crawford getting stationary with him. I think that's what was letting him get hit when he kept getting stationary trying to box him. When Madrimov just kept moving. Crawford was just standing there, because y'all know how he get when it's time to bang it out. Crawford be standing there trying to bang it out, and I think that's what allowed him to get hit. There's a little too much when he ain't have to, but for the most part, he did win the fight. Hands down, he won the fight.
I think that I think his awkwardness still is real. I think his awkwardness gave him problems. It didn't give him it gave him problems, Crawford problems, but I think Israil. It gave him problems, but Israil didn't capitalize because he was afraid to punch too. I think that he felt like a lot of times he started reaching, and I think Crawford, was counter. Because I think Crawford's the best counter, one of the best counter punchers in the game, personally. And even when you watch him, you just see his superior of his counter punching. And I just think that through all the awkwardness, I think that Israil. I think that I think that it gave him a lot of trouble. Now, what y'all think about this one? Fedora.
I was going to ask.
Okay,
on that real quick.
Okay.
My question to y'all: do y'all think Crawford has the same dominant power he had at 147 at 154?
The same power. it's kind of hard to tell. We can't tell based off this fight because I think that, again, going back to the awkwardness of it, he couldn't really display that against him just because how he moved.
Right.
So that game, we can't really tell now. Whoever he fight next, if he in the junior middleweight department or whatever that is.
How's he gonna do against somebody like a Fundora, or Tim Tszyu?
Fundora,
What's Fundora? 6'5",
6'6". He's 6'6", but guess who one of the kings of body punching? Crawford. Right?
Chop the tree down, start from the bottom.
Chop the tree down, start from the bottom. So I think that now this only if I was gonna bring up not Crawford, but Spence, because from my understanding, Spence and Fundora might be fighting here in October. So I was just about to ask what you think about that matchup if Spence fight Fundora.
Fundora, if he can keep Spence on the outside with his range, but he likes to bang on the inside, and coming behind, I think if it ain't Crawford, that's the best body puncher. I'd definitely put Spence definitely dominant.
I was just about to say.
Body punches. And when you lead into the body like that, you focus on the body. You find better openings upstairs, and I think it could lean towards Spence, but we don't know. I don't know. I feel like me personally, I didn't see the same Spence that fought Crawford, the same Spence we know, the dominant Spence. Maybe like my boy Boog was saying that styles make fights. Who knows? But
I think Crawford just, they knew they was gonna beat Spence. I just think that getting off of that in regards to that, I just think that Crawford was just too much superior over Spence.
I feel like I agree too. I feel like Crawford had multiple game plans for Spence's style, and Spence only has one game plan, one style to Crawford. Like coming forward, break you down, put pressure, walking motherfuckers down. But excuse my language.
But I still think that Spence can dominate Fundora just off his body. I see the shaking of the head over there. He's like, no. But I just think that Spence is right now. I think that I think through his past loss against Crawford, I think he coming in hungry. I think he coming in with a different vengeance. I think that I love his willpower, and I think that Fundora, his height is not gonna give Spence any trouble. What you think?
You know what? I feel like I just don't watch enough of Fundora's fight to really have an opinion. So I really don't know. I mean, I'm an Errol Spence fan, so I gotta root for him, but
okay.
So I don't really know. I gotta step back from this one. I think I don't know. Eddie?
I think Tim Tszyu was the motherfucking the man. Was the man at 154, and Fundora came and took that.
I just think I was a Spence fan, but I just think after that injury and him taking so much time on boxing and then him coming back to a loss. But I don't think, like, Spence, you might as well just be a promoter, get your bread, to help these other young cats. Get to where you at. I mean, you still got a little bit in your tank, but you want to do everything else and try to be like, I don't know. I don't think he focused enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, from what I see.
I think it's injuries. Sometimes you get them injuries, especially an eye injury. I mean, you're very hesitant. Right, I think that the injury that he sustained is a very crucial, and it means his eyesight. I mean, who want to go through challenges in the future with his eyesight? So I think he has. You're right. He is hesitant about. I think he might have a hesitant fight game now.
Like I just see the difference.
Could be right about that.
I just see a difference in how he carry himself. Like as a fighter, like he's just not as aggressive anymore, or like he still has it in him, but he just can't turn up how Spence used to turn up. Like
right, and I think that's where the hesitant coming in.
Yeah, like he got that power, strength, and dog in him, but it's just like he can't hit that 110% how he used to. So that's why I think he just.
Canelo. So if Turkey, wasn't Turkey the promoter, if he can make this happen, right? Canelo and Crawford.
The weight is too big for Crawford, I think. I feel like
I agree on that.
I feel like 154 Crawford. I feel Crawford. It's questionable if he's going to unify all belts at 154. I don't doubt he'll beat a few champions, but I feel like this is the limit. And it showed Madrimov. Don't get me wrong, for a guy who had only 10 fights, you gotta think he had over 200 amateur fights.
Yeah.
He's a problem.
300.
To me, he's like 154 Triple G kind of guy. Like I knew he was going to be dangerous, and he has good IQ, very good IQ. And I feel like for Crawford to go up and fight one of the toughest guys, I think one of the most dug guys for the least amount of fights he got. And he's a belt holder, earned, and I just feel like, I don't know, guys like Tim Tszyu and Fundora especially, like, those are going to be some tough guys to beat. It's going to be very tough guys to beat. So to go up 168, that's 2 more weight classes from 154.
It could be done. I think if you ask me that can do it, I would say Crawford is the one that can do it. I think he walks around about 160. He walks around 165 or something like that. And I think that he is the one that can do it out of each and every other individual, such as that was coming from 135.
Wait, Crawford walk around at 165?
165, yeah, probably.
But do you
165.
base that off of what Mayweather did to Canelo?
No, because you got to think through Canelo years. You think about it, he fought everybody light. They were all lighter. I mean, he fought I'm not Canelo, but he fought Cotto. I mean, Cotto was tough. You know what I'm saying? But he fought a lot of light guys
I heard
coming
that was
up.
his favorite fight, Cotto.
You know what I'm saying? Amir Khan. You know what I'm saying? And Amir Khan was beating him. He was beating him the first 4 or 5 rounds. Then, you know, obviously he got a little challenging, and
Bird neck.
he got caught in between the mist of danger. So, Canelo, and that's when Canelo let his hands go back then. Canelo moved his head back then. Canelo, he did all that, but he doesn't do it no more, and Crawford does. So that's why if you ask me someone that can do it, I'm going to say Crawford. I mean, Crawford is not like Roy Jones. Obviously, Roy Jones was a different species. You know, he went he's from middleweight to heavyweight. Right. But if you ask me someone that can do it, I'm gonna say Crawford. No, he's not gonna. I don't think he can stop Canelo. But I think he'll give him a boxing.
I feel like
lesson.
he'll go the distance. If they fight, it's gonna go the distance.
Yeah.
But
Crawford got a lot of dog in him.
It's going to be Crawford.
Watching Jamel Canelo, like, you know, everybody knows Jamel's a hard hitter. He's a banger. Like, he can punch. The boy can punch. But it didn't phase Canelo.
Because he ran. Because he ran.
The whole fight.
He ran.
All the shots that Canelo called on his gloves, it just looked like,
because he was
running.
He was scared.
He was running. Watch it one more time. He was running. So if somebody is nervous and they don't really want to be in, we talked about this earlier. Canelo hit him with something earlier, and then he started moving. He started moving on up. He didn't want to be in.
He stopped initiating the jab. Stopped throwing punches. Like,
how's Crawford going to keep Canelo off? Just boxing him, a jab, and boxing it in a move. When Canelo's a veteran at cutting off the ring, and look at what he done to the past few boxers, like Caleb Plant, who's I think a terrific boxer.
But Caleb Plant only throw one punch at a time.
As I would too against somebody like Canelo.
He keep his lead hand down.
He's
keep his lead hand down.
Yeah, I mean,
the whole fight he was fighting Canelo like this, like he was Floyd.
Yeah,
like, you're not Floyd.
and Plant don't have dog in him like Crawford.
Nah, he definitely
Yeah.
don't.
But I
He
think
don't.
that's the dog against Canelo would work against Crawford. He would have to outbox. He would have to be a boxer against Canelo. He can't
That's the battle
He can't
I
turn the
choose.
dog switch on against Canelo.
I think Crawford. I think he's just as intelligent as Canelo in the boxing game. I think he's just as
It's like-
intelligent
that's like a
as
Super
him.
Bowl. That's a Super Bowl
More
match.
intelligent for sure. They both have that experience. Man.
Same age, 2 months apart.
I mean, what?
Feel me? So-
I mean, that's what it comes. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Oh, not 37.
He's 34.
Is Crawford like 34 too?
37.
37.
37.
Oh, really?
37.
He about to be 38. That's what
36,
I'm saying.
37, yeah. 37.
38, moving up to
I
168.
thought Crawford was
He
still. I
He
thought,
36,
all right.
36.
I thought he was 36 or something.
37, turning 38.
Yeah.
Well,
oh nah, he get alright. Yeah, he
In,
getting up there.
in between that, it's still a dream fight.
It's about time for
Yeah.
the
You
right
felt good
submissions.
at 38, right?
I
Look
felt
at
good. I felt
Evander
good.
Holyfield.
Listen,
You
it's
know-
about time for them
Nah,
exhibitions.
he-
Bernard unified belts at
Oh,
40.
hey, not at 38.
Bernard unified the belts at 40 years old.
Bernard Hopkins.
Oh
Bernard,
my
don't forget about Bernard. But
Right.
Bernard was different because he I mean, kind of like Crawford. I mean, he stayed away from, all the drugs, alcohol, all those things. So he took care of himself. He took care of his body. He understood the science of boxing, and just like kind of Crawford. So, I think that Crawford is the one that can't do it and step
That has
up.
the skill.
That that can do it. And have the state of mind to train on those terms too.
So my question is, when that fight do happen, who y'all putting y'all money on? Crawford
I
and
just lost
Canelo.
money on a few fights. But yeah, I
You know,
don't know.
Crawford.
That's a tough one.
Crawford. We're gonna go back to this
My
question.
fanship, my support and love for Crawford. I'm a huge Crawford fan. Wants to say Crawford, but my boxing experience, me being a
Said
fighter my damn
Canelo.
self, and
Said
just
Canelo.
having a good eye from the outside, I gotta be realistic. And I feel like 160. The thing about Crawford, Canelo and Mayweather made him come down. He weight trained him to where it wasn't 100% Canelo. Canelo's 100%.
He's still wanting to beat Mayweather. I don't care
Nah,
what.
word. He's
Not
ain't going up to 168.
no, but that made listen.
He
That made
gave him the advantage.
that didn't have nothing to do with no weight. That came all with skills. And I don't even recall Canelo hit me. If you
Nah, he definitely made
that
Canelo
fight.
look
That was one of Mayweather impressive fights. In far as in his age at that 36, 38
Slip
range.
pull counter.
I mean, he just beat him to the punch. You know why he beat him to the punch? Take a wild guess. Because Canelo flat-footed. And Mayweather moves. And guess who else moves? Crawford. So it'll be not like Mayweather, but Crawford is more. He take more chances.
I feel like
So I agree. With that.
I'm gonna answer your question. I'm probably gonna put my money on Canelo.
I feel like they give it a draw. I ain't gonna lie. With the way the
Nah,
world
I
is
don't
right
see it.
now, I feel like I did give it a draw.
It's gonna be hard to see, but
It's just too good of a fight.
It's a dream fight for
Yeah,
sure.
it's too good of a fight. I feel like
It's
they'll.
more of a fantasy fight.
I feel like it'll be like a.
You don't think it's
triple
gonna
G.
happen?
I feel like
It's
it'll
not
be triple G
realistic.
again.
It's not
Well,
Why is it not realistic? What is not
it's
realistic?
realistic.
Why?
When Mayweather beat Canelo, they was talking about Mayweather going up to fight Triple G. That's not realistic. I feel like that's now you just putting up fantasy.
Well,
fights,
that's a
you know
little
what I'm saying?
different. That's
the
a
same
little-
thing when not to cut you
No,
off,
no, you
but
go.
when in the way the Japanese
That's my
dude
boy.
when he
I love
beat
him.
Scooter
Fulton.
Fulton, yeah, like they was talking about anyway jumping up 2 weight classes fight Tank. It's like
That's not
now
happening.
fans do that though. Fans do that. You know what
But
I'm
that's
saying?
different.
That's
That's that. I can't see that.
That's another
And I think that. But I could see Crawford, and I could see Canelo. That money's starting to turn a little bit. I think that if they put what Canelo want $150,
$150 million.
What 150 million?
And what he want? 200
$200
million
million for Benavidez.
That's
For
crazy.
Benavidez.
But why are you trying to price yourself out for that?
Because he said they risk. He said he don't want to take
Yeah,
no
he
risk.
doesn't wanna do
He
it.
said these are risk fights.
Hey, us being fighters,
But
like,
look, he said
could you knock it? Could
he
you
said-
knock it? You at the end tail of your career.
No.
But he said
Why
Benavidez
not?
gonna come
Coaches
in.
with the legacy. I
Come in
love
next
that.
fight. Come in the next day, 20 pounds heavier. That's why he said they risk fights. Because
Right.
these dudes weigh in at 165. The next day he weighing in 20 more pounds heavier. So that's why I said they risk fights. Because he not 165 fight night.
Well,
That's a tough one.
I mean that's still. I mean, I
He
think.
gonna come in at 185, but not
Hey,
yeah, weighed in at 165. So I mean,
I don't even think Benavidez could dominate somebody like Canelo like he's done his past opponent. I feel like Canelo's gonna be a problem to Benavidez.
No, I agree with that.
By far.
I agree with
but
you.
I feel like
By far.
Benavidez still hold up better
You-
than
you know
Plant.
why
He'll hold up better than Plant and Edgar Berlanga.
I just think I think Canelo. I mean, I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I know they're risk fights, but still, I think Canelo. He's a counterpuncher. I think that he can catch Benavidez in between them, all them 10,000 punches that he throws.
Wow, punches.
You know what I'm saying?
Benavidez is
So
wild.
I think that I think Canelo. I think he got to look at himself and look at his old fights, look at himself again, because if he watch Benavidez, he comes straight at you. Well, that's perfect for Canelo. I think that Canelo can catch in between that. So. But all minds clear. We all good.
Yeah. Hold on, one topic right quick. I seen Ryan Garcia is supposed to be fighting Pacquiao end of the year.
Oh my God.
Yo, actually, did y'all see Pacquiao's? He came out of retirement in his last fight.
Exhibition.
I felt so bad. I didn't want him. I don't want him in there.
Yeah.
But he passed. I mean, he passed the physical.
Well,
Nah, he just an old.
But now
man.
he old. Yeah, he old.
He could pass the physical.
I mean,
Yeah, it's not
still-
hard to pass the
Right.
physical.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be. It's probably gonna be that hard to pass the physical. It's just the physical part. Him getting in the ring and him not being ashamed of Pacquiao. And fans, we all love Pacquiao too much to see him in that space of trying to go back out there and put on a
We need
performance like
an
that.
old head boxing league. I feel like that's what they
He
need.
said old head.
Just for like
Mayweather, hey, he doing a lot of exhibition.
That's
so
what I'm saying. He
Like
got
a
a fight
40
coming
plus
up next
combat
week.
league.
He got a fight coming up next
You
week.
said John got it too?
Yeah, because the first fight they kept yapping so much.
I know.
So
I know.
but
I
yeah.
can't. I'm not even mad at. I'm not even
Sick
mad
to my
at.
stomach.
I know. I'm not even mad at Floyd. Keep doing your thing, Floyd.
For
man.
sure, Floyd.
If-
Get your money.
keep getting your money. Do
Floyd.
what you got
That's
it.
what your middle name is, man.
Right.
We support it, man. Salute to the legends.
Absolutely. So we done with this episode. We got
For sure.
Mr. Corey Lopez, CeeLo, Lauren Michaels, El Boogie. We got Mr. Eddie. We will be back again next episode. Round the ring. Peace.